Both things.
Hello, welcome back to another great episode of Life of a Goddess. I'm so excited to be here with you all tonight. I have some amazing guests with me. I'm so excited. These ladies have been with Athenas for a long time, since like the beginning of time. It's amazing. I'm so excited to have them here with us to share their stories with you all. Yeah, so you can see and feel what Athenas is all about from people who've been here for a long time. A long time. I got a goddess in here with a special number, let me tell you. And I'm going to let her share that with you all. So, the reason why I'm here is just to spread the Athenas love, joy, what we do at Athenas, and why you should join our family or book a party and bring Athenas into your life, because you don't know what you're missing. It's amazing, and I'm so happy to be here with these two ladies. So here I am with the amazing Amy Labrecque in the house and Stacy Flick the Beane. Hey, how are you guys?
Awesome. Great. How are you? Thanks for having us.
Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm excited to hear from you guys. I know Amy, you've been here for, wow, 20 something years. And Stacy, you've been here quite a long time too. Yeah, so I'm excited for my viewers to hear from you guys on why you joined Athena's and what's made you stay here at Athena's as long as you have. Plus, I want to hear like some of your favorite memories and stuff. So I will ask you one at a time. And if you have a story you want to share together, because I know you're on the same team, right? Like Mama Labrecque over here, right, Stacy? So that's awesome to be able to bring people on too that are on the same team and the connections we build here at Athena. So I get to hear about yours as well. Plus, we're going to talk a little bit about this amazing weekend that we just had. Like, oh my God, I don't know about you, but I came home with so much love and so much like reflection and light and a different view on the world again. And I know that you ladies did too, right?
Absolutely. Filled the cup.
So I'm going to ask Amy over here. Amy, what is your goddess number? How long have you been here at Athena's, and why did you join Athena's?
Well, I am goddess 69 because I was the 69th person to join the company. And
69.
My anniversary is May 1st, so 22 years I've been a goddess.
22 years, you hear that, friends? 22 years. That's longevity. I mean, if anyone is the epitome of longevity, we got goddess 69 here with you guys. So hell yes. I want to be here as long as you. Yes. So why did you join?
Well, I originally joined because I was a single mom and I was working a full-time job, a part-time job, and honestly, it wasn't cutting it.
All right, back a little.
You got this out? Okay. All right. Turn it? Yeah, we could turn this right here. Okay, is that good?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so probably because this probably resonates with a lot of people out there, is that because I worked a full-time job, I had a part-time job, and it still wasn't enough. And my son was really small, and I had tried another party plan. I, believe it or not, I sold candles. So I'm saying this because, sometimes people are like, oh, I tried a in-home party thing and it didn't work, so I'm not going to try this. Listen, it's not the same for like every party business is not always the same. When you find it and it just clicks with you, that's it. So let's see. So you would ask me a question. I totally forgot what you would ask me.
So I wanted to ask you, what made you stay here at Athena's for 22 years? Like, I know your why story must have changed so much.
Okay, so something that has been consistent is that my why story has changed time and time again. Like I was saying, I'm a single mom, I had a little guy. I had to, it was starting out with playing sports, going out for having like special, mommy and Xavier time. And it was always very important to me, and even to this day, that, I never wanted to borrow money from anyone. If I wanted to do it, like, I wanted to earn it myself. So, and then long and behold, ended up having my daughter. So it was ballerina lessons. It was, it's school clothes. It's this, you want to say the extras, but it's really not the extras. It's a lot of the necessities. So
Yes.
through then high school, and then getting the cars, and going off to college, and books, and it's dues, it's this, it's that, like, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And I've been lucky enough that my Athena's business has allowed for all this. It has allowed for the extras, the emergencies, paying the heating bills, putting food on the table, getting new vehicles. Like, it's everything. Like, my life as a goddess, I work full-time in the office. I'm a trainer. I have my team. Like, my life is a goddess. Like, this is my identity, because I love it. I'm lucky that I love what I do. A lot of people, you hear, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like, I don't want to just, no, I love it. I love it. It puts a smile on my face. I'm blessed with that I enjoy every part of it.
And we're blessed with your beautiful smile when we walk in the office, because you're always so like joyful and uplifting, and we need that, because it's been stressful in this business. It's been stressful in life, and it's been hard for a lot of us, but people, we need to keep that joy and light. It's just what we are. So
Yeah.
Stacy, honey, hey girl. If it wasn't for Stacy, everybody, I wouldn't be sitting in this office right now. Just saying. Thank you, girl. I can't ever thank you enough for
You're
that.
more than welcome.
Stacy, so what's your goddess number, and how long have you been here, and why did you
So
join?
I am Stacy. This is with the Beane, goddess number 3940. That's actually my second number, because when I joined the first time, I was 1889. And there was a 2-month lapse that I was gone, but not really gone. The program changed, and how you had to pay your tech fee for the year. And,
Yeah.
Andy talked about what this business does for you. I lost my job, my full-time job, on, I think it was like the 15th of December. And on December 31st, you would have to pay $75 for your whole year back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I have the $75. So I didn't technically resign. I just couldn't place orders. So Amy said to me, get a few orders, put them through me. I'll keep the cash. And she stuffed it in her bra. That's where she keeps all her stuff. There's things always falling out of there.
Yeah.
And when I had enough money to get the kit again, she pulled it out and said, here we go. And I rejoined.
Yeah.
So the number changed a little bit.
I love that. Amy, you're so helpful. You just, that's what we do. That's really, really what we do. We are a family. If somebody needs something, we're there for them. And
Absolutely.
I've noticed that. And this past weekend was something special. I felt that like everybody got along better. Like it seemed like it was more.
It's been a long time. It's been
more
a
good
long time.
energy.
And when we are together, big things happen. So
There was fireworks again. That good energy, that purple Kool-Aid was like refilled.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I felt that. So Stacy, why are you still with Athena's after all these years? I know, I mean, come on, you did win your honeymoon. I believe you won your honeymoon. Did you win your honeymoon?
I did. So I joined Beane in 2007. So that's 15 years in November. It'll be 15 years. And when I started, I was a full-time, single mom. Amy and I have a lot of the same story at that time anyway. Single mom of a boy, and I also worked full-time as a mortgage broker, which how you got your house. And it was very stressful, very, very stressful. So I had went to a party, and I've known Jen, the owner of the company, forever. We went to school together, and I had went to a party, and before I was a hostess of hers before she even had Venus. So I've always been, following her along. And I always said, one day I'm going to do this. And then my son was, I think, maybe 13, when I took the leap, because I didn't feel I could be doing it when he was so much younger. Not that it makes a difference, because people do it with babies in their bellies and then newborn babies and all that stuff. But, so originally it was just to get a little bit of happy time, me time, because I was so crazy with the mortgage business. And I didn't need the money. It just fell into me, and now I'll be a goddess till I die. I will.
Oh my God, we're all gonna be star walkers.
That's right. That's right.
I can't imagine my life without Athena's, because it's allowed me to, when I've lost my job again throughout the years. So I was getting married, and I lost my job in September. I was getting married the following September. So I worked my Athena's business, and I ended up being able to pay for a wedding for almost 300 people just on my Athena's money. Yep. And then I won my honeymoon for myself and my husband to go to Mexico, which was amazing.
That was an awesome moment.
Yeah, and she got it on camera. It was amazing. It was amazing. But we have done so many amazing things.
I was there. I saw that special moment. I was there.
Yes, you were there.
I don't miss
And
a
actually, you were in Mexico too, were you not?
Yes, I don't miss a thing.
You might not remember, might remember everything, but.
So yeah, no, I have been able to work it full time, take time off, and make the money when I want to make the money. So, when you're passionate about something, whether it's the products, like it's not even like you're in sales, because I just love things, and I'd be like, oh, I love this, people will buy it. It's not like I'm selling something. To me, it's not a sales business, it's a relationship business.
It is. I love that. Yes. I have built so many relationships, and I know that you have, and not only with goddesses and Adonai, my brothers and sisters, I've also built so many relationships with hostesses and their guests, and now they've become friends and
Absolutely.
family. And I agree with you ladies wholeheartedly. I cannot imagine my life without it. Yes, I've had my moments where I thought I wanted to go. I've had my moments where everybody has those moments where they want to quit. But guess what? Something in Athena's, there's something in that Kool-Aid that gives you that strength again. Like, it just, it's something you can't explain,
So Queen, how long have you been doing parties yourself?
I've been with Athena's for 8 years. 8 years this year.
Now, that's pretty unheard of. And I have to say this, guys, because in home party businesses, a lot of times the average consultant lasts like 3-4 years max. Like right now, like listening to all, like to us, I'm like, it's so different because yes, we are a family, but it's just like you said, we're in a relationship business, and it's fantastic because we are dealing with an intimate part of people's lives. Yes, we can sit here and talk about sex and we feel comfortable at, but we have people who come in and they're just like, that person who's like sitting in the background and not really saying too much.
We make them feel comfortable. We bring them in and they just feel like, I know that many times I've gone to a party and they'll be like, oh my God, I had a party with Amy. Or like my best friend was at a party with Amy and she said it was such a wonderful time. And I've had several friends who've had many parties with Stacy and they've all had a great time. And I've had hostesses that you've been their hostess before and they like to switch around a little bit.
Well,
and that's what it's all about.
We have people who have had Amy, who have had me, and who have you, and they're getting something different. And we have other people that follow us and will, and they'll say, oh, Brett's my Adonis. I can't buy anything from you. And I'm like, that's fine, but support your hostess, buy something today. But I understand you're in a relationship. I had someone come to a party, to a bingo that I did, and there was another goddess, Misty on our team. Now she was in a really bad accident, and she really could use the money. So she goes, I'm gonna place this order, and I'm like, nope. Order it from her. Don't order it from me. Like, that's what we do.
Speaking of Misty, she's been a guest on this same exact thing. So she's in a video ahead with Jessica Strang. So if you want to hear Misty's story, what a moment, you know. You can go back and watch that video too, my friend. So remember to click subscribe and share and make your queen bee popular. Hey.
Right.
So yeah, that's a wonderful thing too, because I hear, you know, like I just did a party recently that Jen was their host, their original goddess. Do you know how many of those parties I have each year where Jen was their original goddess? And you're like, whoa, you know, but then I realize who I am, you know. I worked my way up. I've worked my way into this business. Everybody knows who I am, and I did it fairly and successfully in my own way. And, you know, that's one thing about Athena's is no matter what, I wake up proud myself. And I'm sure that you do too, you know, because you get up and you do it every weekend and you're rocking those parties. And it's not really that like, so if you're listening or watching this, I'm telling you, listen to us, book a party at least, get the feel of what Athena's is about if you've never had a party. Amy's amazing. Stacy flick the bean over here. She'll hook you up so you can flick your bean. Hey.
That's right.
And then you want Queen Bee? Well, you know, that's definitely a one-of-a-kind show. You never know what's coming out of that mouth. Just saying. So let's reflect a little bit on like Golden Circle. Everybody looked great. It was such a nice night and the love was so amazing. Golden Circle, if you're watching, is our leadership awards banquet. And this year was so fun, wasn't it? Just so fun. The game.
To have it live again was awesome because it's been a while since we've all been together. And it's always a night of tears and laughter and all the feels.
Yeah, some pretty fun speeches that go on there too.
Yeah. You know, girl. I walked in there looking like poison ivy.
I was like, how many hours did it take you to get ready? What was it, like 4 to 5 hours? Oh my God, but you look stunning.
Thank you. Thank you. I bought that dress while I was on vacation that Athena's paid for. I went to Florida with my hubby to finally meet my in-laws and his nephew, which, you know, I've been with my husband for 25 years and I had never met his nephew. I talked on the phone. And so, you know, Athena's just allows you to do things, you know.
It takes you
that
places,
was the time
that's for sure.
we drove down there and the gas was so expensive and stuff, but Athena's, I was able to just put money away and get a gas card just for that, you know? So Athena's can help you pay for your groceries. It can help you pay for those Christmas gifts coming, you know? Athena's, you can join for $30. $30, get a good little package going to start off your business. Invest a few $100s if you want to, or, you know, whatever your budget is, and build that demo to your liking. And I'm telling you, you're going to get out there in the world and people are going to love you and love your products because I don't know about you, they're amazing. I love everything. My skin
Everything
is
from the eye cream all the way down to all the other stuff.
Yes, right? Because we have it all. I like to tell people, I love to tell people we have from the spa to the tasty treat all the way to the boudoir, if you know what I'm saying. So
Nice.
Yeah.
you got the spa to the boudoir when you shop with Queen Bee. So can you guys share a couple of like your favorite memories that you've made here at Athena's? I know there's so many, but I want to hear, like, you've been here a long time and you've been around since like you went on a trip to like Egypt and stuff, I believe. Like you've been around.
Listen, don't talking about, you know, been around. Listen, tell me about my dating life. What's going on here? So let's see. Favorite stories. Okay, so so I was telling you how I raised my son doing parties and stuff. So for the longest time, my son had thought that I sold candles still. So I would just tell him I was selling candles. And then as he got a little older, I just said I was doing pampering parties.
Ooh.
So I'm a stock carrying goddess. So, I have my totes and stuff. And I always kept everything at my parents' house. They had the space. I just didn't. So one day I was like, okay, I'm coming back from my party. I had an afternoon party. I told him I was like going to be taking him out. And he was coming to grab it. I was like, oh, he's like, all right, mommy, I'll help you take it. He was always calls me mommy, even when like till he was like 16, like mommy, mommy, mommy. And he'd be like, or mama. And he's like, I'm gonna help you, mama. I'm gonna help you, mommy. I was like, okay. And I was grabbing a tote, and I meant to bring it in first before he came in and have him carry like the spa products, because that liquid stuff, all that shit is so much heavier. So I gave it to him. Like I had it like this, and he banged into me, and we both looked down, and it was like toys. And I'll never forget this. It was the butterfly kiss. He looked at me in a
Oh, we still
butterfly
have
kiss.
that.
That's what I'm saying. It's a butterfly kiss. I had a little clitoral stimulus with this. He looks down and he goes, butterfly kiss. He says, that sounds really pretty. And I said, yeah, the ladies seem to think so. And I just like, that was it. That was it. And, it was like, and after that was, he was at that age of like 12, 13. Like, let's be honest. Nowadays, like kids have like, we have to work hard to look at porn. Now it's like they just go on their phones and it's like this. We had to go behind. That's what I'm saying. We had to go behind the house. We had to go behind in the house, in the woods, behind the shed, looking at a Playboy magazine or whatever. Like, oh my God. Now they just go, like they have it so much freaking easier.
Yeah, I remember those days walking in the woods. You look down, there's Playboy, like Playgirl material on the ground. I'm like, yay, hi, right? Like,
I don't know. I don't even know. Do they still even sell Playgirl? I asked my mom to check at the liquor store when she went.
Do they even have magazines?
I know. Do they even have magazines and stuff anymore? I was like, And I've been stuck in a hurricane with Athena's. Which I would tell you, like being in like a category 5 hurricane in Mexico, we went on our getaway, and I went on the 5-day trip because they had it as a 5 and 7 day, and I couldn't be away from my kids for more than 5 days. I was like, I'm gonna, that's it. I'm gonna take that one. So people left before us. Well, we got stuck in a hurricane, and because we didn't fly out on the same planes, we could not all leave together. So the 7-day people left before us. We were left on this resort, like a handful of us, like probably like 6 of us, stayed behind for days. The 5-day trip turned into 12. Oh yeah, it was ridiculous, like ridiculous. I mean, luckily though, we had fun, the people that we were with, until they told us that we had to leave the resort. They're like, you must leave.
Yeah, and it's like the locals have to cook for you and stuff.
So here we are. They bring us to a McDonald's, right? So I was with Tina. Then I was at this point, Tina Lovejoy, her soon-to-be husband, and literally like 4 other people. Oh yeah, my sister was there too. So they dropped us off because we had to leave the resort because windows are busted out, the whole thing. Like, you need to leave because we need to totally. Mexico was being shut down. Yeah, they would shut down the freaking country. So as they dropped us off at McDonald's, and people were like walking by trying to sell things. Because think about, Mexico relies on tourism. So they have like big pots, this, that. You're like, how the hell? We don't even know what's going on. So I will say that we were lucky because we were the group. We had a person that came and took care of us, because everybody who booked on like Expedia and all these other ones were just left there. So
wow.
So as we're standing there, we're waiting for the lady to come back and tell us when this person comes by and they're selling sandwiches. And we're like, now we're good. And then a half an hour later, in the beating down sun, my friend Tina's like, all right, I could go for a bologna sandwich now from that lady. So the lady comes by, we don't even care. She like, these people made it at home. Who knows if they washed their hands? So she was like this. She's like, because there's no running water. So really, this is that's what I think of. So we're eating. I remember looking over at Tina and she's like, what is this? She opens up her sandwich. There was a pepper, this freaking big, a big fat hot pepper. So now here we are, thirsty. Here's a sandwich. We had like 1 bottle of water to share with us. I mean, it was just like. So when they freaking finally we got out of there, we had to like run over to like this little bus to get out, because people who had been at this McDonald's for like 4 days, and they're like, they want to know how can they leave, but we don't know, and we're not with them. If I was ever going to be a drug dealer, that was a time, because the airport was completely like empty. We got on there. There was no customs. There was nothing. I was like, this could have been a Lifetime movie. We could have had like bags of cocaine. We probably would have been rich afterwards and just got on. Because when we got on the plane literally, we got in. There was no buckle your safety thing. No, the door slammed shut and we were like, we were just, they just took off. They just took off just like that. Oh yeah, it was.
Oh wow, that's a really fun memory.
I was so dark. I was so dark because we stayed outside in this beating sun for like 12 hours. Like,
Oh my God.
when my daughter was little and she was like me, she was 14 months old, and she looked at me when I got home and she was like, she had no idea who I was until I spoke. She was like, who the hell is this? Like, she just looked at me like that. She's like, what? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So that was definitely one of them. So it was like,
wow. Wow. And what I love though that I did hear in your little story was no matter what, it was still fun. And that's what you get at Athena.
yeah.
No matter what, it's still gonna be fun.
Like, all right, we were with a great group of people. Like, here we are stuck in a freaking hurricane. Like, it was just like, and I remember when they moved us into the like the, what do you call it?
Convention?
Yeah, the convention center. The convention center, which was like the hurricane, like, what do you call it when you try to like
Delta.
Shelter.
shelter, right? We're sitting there now because everyone's from all over the world. They have to, when they make announcements, they have to say them in all these different languages. So I was laying there. I finally fell asleep. I was like, and all of a sudden I hear, ba-da-da-da-da. All of a sudden I hear, da-da-da, el puerto, kaput. I freaking marked up. I go, I don't care what motherfucking language you're saying it, but when you say kaput, it's never freaking good. So that's when they were like, everyone out was like, are you kidding me? Like, I said, so listen, I like, if that had, but like I said, if I was gonna be a drug dealer, I would have been like, you would
have been kaput.
Yeah, I would kaput. I would have been having a fur still on right now, and I would have been like sitting here like this with my.
But she'd still be selling sex toys.
I'd still be selling
Yes.
sex toys. I'm still gonna be selling sex toys. That's it.
You'd be like, and I'm kaput. I'm just
Kaput.
kaput.
Kaput. I was like, what?
Stacy, honey. Stacy, come on now. Can you follow that with some memory?
Oh, no, I don't think so. Favorite memories? I mean, traveling the world with Athena's with like the bestest friends, that has to be like, and earning the trip for free. Definitely up there.
Oh, 3 trips.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, I am the shyest person, or was the shyest person. When I was in high school, I used to hide in the bathroom because I didn't have like any friends. And now I found my lifelong friends. I couldn't imagine my life not with Venus. And now what I do with my business is I pay it forward. So anybody that knows me knows that I'm about helping people and giving back. So a lot of my events that I do are all about giving back and helping people, whether it's a bingo, whether it's a party, fundraisers, whatever. That's what I do with my business, because not saying I don't need the money. When I need the money, I keep it, but when I can give it, I give it. So I like that I can combine 2 of my favorite things, paying it forward and Athena's, and help people.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Biggest heart probably of anyone you'll ever meet.
One of my favorite memories was going to Bermuda with you. Amy in the casino was killing me. I loved it. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
was she in the whole time? Did she ever get off the boat?
I don't even know. I really have no idea. They said all they had to say, listen, all they had to say was this boat has this, and all Amy heard was casino. I know the boat's got a casino. That boat had everything. That boat was a city.
They even had a jail.
Yes.
They had a
So
jail.
I remember that beautiful memory with you guys as well when we first saw that beautiful blue water. You know, where the ugly water met the beautiful blue water.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what, Brett? Were you there for the flash mob?
Yes.
That is
Oh my
probably
God, there. Yes.
probably the best thing that I've ever done in my life.
Oh yeah,
And I
what a
can still
beautiful.
see Jen's face and her just like, what is happening? And her excitement.
Yeah.
And the fact that we can't see it and watch it makes me upset.
I know it used
But
to be
being part of the flash mob was one of the
it.
coolest things I've ever done in my life.
I used to watch that for the it just gave you so much ambition. You're like, yeah. Like it was so beautiful.
I am the warrior.
Because we are what? Warriors. We're warriors. That's why we are warriors at Athena. So if you want to become a warrior, you want to become a goddess. I mean, what kind of I recently went into a business and somebody said, oh, I was talking about my business. And I was like, oh, I'm the goddess of the year or goddess of the year. And they were like, your title is goddess of the year. She looked at her boss. She worked there and said, can I please have that title? So I said, well, here's my information. You could totally have that title. So yes, right? You could be a goddess, you could be an Adonis, or you could be a little bit of both and be a
Yes,
goddess.
exactly. We
Yeah.
are all inclusive. We love everybody.
Yeah. I mean,
Quality is everything. With that being said, I love to end my show with Beauty with B. So I would love to have your opinion on this amazing product. So this is our new formulated, brand new formulated. Yeah, there's some extra goodies in there to make us even feel even younger and more beautiful. This is our Gracefully Collagen Serum. This stuff right here is my everything before bed, in the morning, after the shower, after my facial routine, you know. We all have one of those great facial routines. This is a great addition to that for that aging skin. Collagen, we need that, right? Everybody needs that. Young, older, younger, your skin still needs that collagen. So this stuff is everything. So Amy and Stacy can you share a little story about some Gracefully, like let us know what's great about it and what you guys love?
So what I like about what I love about the Graceful is actually that it's very lightweight. Because I do have oily skin, and I think a lot of times people shy away from moisturizing, or or putting any extra products on. They think it's going to make their face look greasy. It's so lightweight. Like after I wash, I'll mist. I take a little bit, put it underneath my eyes through here. Also, you got to make sure you got to work it right here because you can see. Look how nice and smooth that is right there. All right, you gotta work that decollage, you know what I'm saying? And doing it in a nice smooth upward motion. And you don't feel it. You don't feel it. And that was one thing when I first tried it, I was like, hey, I don't know how I feel about that. Because I tried other serums before and they weren't cheap. Like they weren't cheap at all. So I was kind of like, and I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with the quantity and the price point on that. And again, it doesn't interfere, doesn't make you break out, because just because we're getting older doesn't mean we still don't get acne, stress, pollution, all that kind of stuff. But again, so if you're if you're like, try it. Once you try it, you're hooked.
I love how lightweight it is. I love everything you said, how lightweight it is, how you just work it in every area. You're under the chin, the decoupage. From here up. I also recommend using this like on your hands because your hands age. A lot of people. Your hands.
Yeah, you can.
Great idea.
Yeah, because you can tell your age from your hands.
So this stuff is great to rub right into your hands as well, from aging. So it also, I felt my elasticity come back, and sometimes I just feel that little bit of a lift from it. So I love, love, love it. Stacy, what do you say, girl?
I mean, I agree with both what you said, and definitely apply it from here up. It definitely keeps everything nice and tight. You'd never know I was a grandmother at 14, right?
She has no freaking lines on her face. She has no lines. She has nothing, like nothing.
Nothing. Look at that. Look at that. I'm jelly. I'm jelly.
That's why I keep telling her she looks so young. She needs to have another baby.
I had grandbabies.
I know, but she looks awesome though.
I'm sorry, but you ladies look fabulous for having children, old enough to have children. So I feel you, as I went over a certain threshold, I started feeling that. And my skin, I was like, had I not joined Athena's and found these products, my life, like I have to talk about this product real quick as well. It's my I do, okay? I
Mm.
do is not just for the eyes, my friends. I love it. As soon as I put it on my forehead and under my chin, I literally instantly feel the tighten, right? Yes. And as a drag queen, I need tight skin, girl. You know.
We all need tight things.
Yes. Tight is right. Remember that, my friend.
Yeah.
And this stuff I call instant Botox. I'm like, that's Botox in a little thing. It's like, what happened?
Store it in the
Ah.
refrigerator. It's amazing, especially if you get like the puffy eyes. Store it in the
Yeah.
refrigerator. And my daughter, who's a teenager, loves it as the face mask. I don't know if you've tried it as a face mask. It talks about it. It has it written on the bottle.
Oh,
It's
face mask.
amazing. Like she's got very like finicky skin, and she's like, my skin feels so soft.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So yeah, so those are two amazing products. So if you want to check out the amazing products that Venus has to offer, my link is below. Happy shopping. Yeah, check it
Mhm.
out, my friends. And if you want to join our team here at Athena's or join Queen Bee's team, check it out as well. Check out Become a Goddess and read about it. And I'm telling you, your life can change. Mine changed so drastically. I never would have been the person I am today without Athena's. It's not only helped with my everyday life, but it also has helped improve my relationship with my partner. You know, when you've been with someone a long time, 25 years, that's a long time, right? You got to
Yeah.
keep it spicy and alive. And I still have that beautiful skin and that beautiful glow because of Athena's. So, I mean, I'm forever thankful and grateful. And plus, I got to meet two beautiful ladies like yourselves and become part of
Yeah.
the show. I appreciate you guys for joining me tonight. Stick around for a
Oh,
moment
thanks for having us.
video. Stick around for a moment after this video. Thank you for joining me tonight. And if you guys want anything or need anything, reach out to me. You know my Facebook page. It's all available right down below in the comment section and description. So click, like, subscribe, share, and I'm always here for you, your favorite queen. Love you. Adonis bless.